I watched Biden's State of the Union speech last night. While I generally avoid watching any politician giving a speech, regardless of party, viewing it as a waste of my time since I'm already an informed voter, I did watch Biden's speech to determine his mental acuity and mental condition. Any fair minded person watching the speech could not conclude that he was senile or suffering even from early onset dementia. I give him an A for his delivery of a long speech that lasted 1 hour and 7 minutes, his feistiness, which needs to come out more, and forcibly taking on Trump and his minions in the House of Representatives. I like that he started off with a full throttle push for more U.S. aid to Ukraine. I'm certainly in favor of that. The House Republicans are, in effect, supporting Putin's invasion of Ukraine by refusing to provide more aid and torpedoing a bipartisan immigration bill that included aid for Ukraine. The Ukrainian army is running out of ammunition and is having to ration ammunition, and both of those events are allowing Russia to gain more territory in Ukraine. Speaker Johnson will not even allow a vote on the bipartisan aid bill recently passed in the Senate. Johnson and the House Republicans are doing exactly what Trump tells them to do. One of the Senate Republicans who will do whatever Trump tells her is the recently elected senator from Alabama, Katie Britt. She is one of the politicians that will be considered by Trump as his vice presidential candidate. She would be a good selection, in my opinion, since she is likable and pleasant, and Trump is neither. I would say that she is more intelligent than Trump, who is not the extremely stable genius that he claims to be, but someone who has, at best, average intelligence, coupled with an unwillingness to learn or acquiring accurate information before making a decision. Britt may be willing to learn, but will not change her core beliefs about abortion and a few other hot-button social issues. Trump has been on both sides of the abortion issue. She is the one who gave the Republican response to Biden's speech last night. She fell in line with the Republican narrative when she called Biden, quote, dithering and diminished, end quote, in her speech. That is the narrative that Trump is trying to sell to the undecided voters, notwithstanding what Americans actually saw when Biden gave his speech last night. It doesn't matter what the committed Trump voters think on the issue. We know what they think. Senator Britt talked a lot about the immigration problem. No question that is a major problem confronting the nation. PolitiFact found some of the claims about immigration that she made to either be false or misleading. That's summarized in an article titled, quote, Fact-Checking Katie Britt's Immigration Claims in a Republican 2024 State of the Union Response, end quote. She neglected to mention in her speech that she, along with Republican Senator James Lankford from Oklahoma, were involved in crafting the compromise immigration bill. After Trump told her to oppose what she helped to negotiate, she dutifully complied. And then she voted against the Ukrainian aid bill that received strong bipartisan support in the Senate. The bipartisan immigration bill, meaning the bipartisan before Trump told his Republican minions to oppose what they were willing to pass, would have improved the border problem, no doubt about that. The Democrats did not receive any of their immigration objectives in that compromise legislation, such as the pathway to citizenship for the DACA children, which Republicans oppose, while giving in to most of the Republican demands on immigration. If the Republicans want more than that, then win the presidency and enough votes in the Senate and House to implement all of their policies, which is how a democracy is supposed to work. But it's not working in that way now, since the U.S. political system is operating under the tyranny of a relatively small minority of Republicans who dance to whatever tune their dear leader plays, irrespective of what is best and achievable now with the votes that they can muster. In other words, passing the compromise immigration bill would have been an improvement, and if they wanted to change it more, then they need the votes to change it. The number of factually inaccurate claims made by Britt in her response to Biden's State of the Union speech is about average for a politician from both parties, including Biden in his speech last night. What sets Trump off from all other presidents and other prominent politicians in U.S. history is the sheer number of demonstrably false and misleading statements that he makes, and then his constant repetition of those false statements. The Washington Post counted over 30,000 false and misleading statements made by Trump publicly during just his 4 years as president. One of my 3 majors in college was history, and I was allowed to take graduate courses as an undergraduate, sufficient to have a master's degree. I knew so much back then that I received a perfect score on the history exam that was required for PhD applicants. I was accepted at Harvard, but decided not to go that route. I would estimate, I'm just setting out my bona fides here, I would estimate that Trump has made more false and misleading in 4 years as president than all of the prior presidents combined, after multiplying that combined total by a factor of 5.